Leather of Dance, every Saturday with Paula and Ricardo from ALC Dance Studios, 1157 Instagram.
So this is a Q&A session. So most important is that we can answer your questions. So that way it's important that you ask questions. Write down the questions that you want related to mainly, of course, dancing, dancer lifestyle, related to couple goals in dance, related to Kizomba teaching, related to whatever you want, and we'll be here for you. We have already two questions. Beijinho para o Brasil, Luana. We have here already two questions that we received during the week. One of them was from Larissa, and Larissa is on Instagram now. And she asked us to talk a little bit about confidence, attitude in dance and Kizomba. Do you want to start with something or you want me to start?
No, you can start.
I can start.
Yeah,
okay. Start. So I don't know. Let me know, Larissa, if this is the direction that you are wanting to go the conversation. But I know how difficult it is to start in this community as a dancer. Mainly because you will have a first impact, and your first impact can be in the different way. It can be in a comfort zone behind the screen, so you can have your first call to dance because you see a movie, you see a video on YouTube, social media, whatever. So you get connected, but you are safe because you are behind the screen and you are not exposing yourself. Okay, so this is your first call that can happen. It can happen also that you go to a club, you go to a party, you go to a social event, you go to a show. So in a situation of physical presence, you get connected. Bateria, that's great. That's my beautiful partner and love of my life.
It was.
Yes.
With,
okay.
You
so
need to give me iPhone.
If you have this kind of connection, it will move a little bit more with your self-confidence, because the first reaction is, oh my God, this is amazing. And then you can have two different ways. One is, I would love to do this. I want to learn this. I want to enter in this world. And the second is, oh my God, this is too much for me. This is not the kind of things that I don't see myself putting in practice. So immediately here we start having two different approaches, but both of them are just in our mind. So this will be the final answer, and I can anticipate you need to manage good your mental state in order that you are able to get the results that you want, and how you can do that, of course. So in the perspective of an instructor, of a teacher, we were advised, we ALC, Afro Latin Connection, as a dance studio, not as a dance company or international artist, but as a dance studio, that we receive many people from different ages, different heights, different sizes, different background, different social strats. So a lot of different people. And our communication on social media was full of sparkling, because we were using our videos from shows, we were using our pictures from shows with costumes prepared, full of Swarovski, bling bling, with poses, artistic poses, makeup,
nice hair.
So a lot of Photoshop associated. That is one of the sides of our life, but it doesn't make sense to advertise social dancing with this kind of image, because the person that will be on the other side, more difficultly, it will connect with that image. So they have already a lot of frustrations and fears and pains, that this kind of association will get even worse with most of the people, because we have the other side of people that will see that and they will say, I would love to dress like this, I would love to go to on a stage, but the percentage is much smaller. So as we start changing our communication, using real people, using ourselves in a lesson situation, dancing with normal people, recording videos of students that some of them are taller, other are shorter, other dance better, other are struggling. So like this, the person that is watching to this kind of communication will connect easily and will cut the kind of lack of confidence that they can have, because we consider that taking the action to go to a dance studio and enter in a dance lesson, it's an act of courage. because you will expose yourself, you will place yourself in a position of learning, but in an uncomfortable position, because you will have there people that you never met before, you will have contact with that people. So it's a lot of new things in a person's life. So as a player that is managing people like we are, like dance studios are, like teachers, instructors are, we need to take this in consideration in order that we bring the levels of anxiety low, in order that the experience of the person that enter for the first time or before, that they will have the courage first to allow themselves to have this experience to happen. And second, while we are inside of the studio, we need to manage all these small psychological details that will dictate the future of that person in this community. Because the first experience, most of the times, it will dictate the continuation or not of that person. And if that person struggle with a lot of difficulties at the beginning, once again, two options. You have this kind of challenging people that want to be challenged and want to accept that. But most of the people, they will not connect with that. They will feel this sentence that this is not for me. And they can quit on the first lesson. So that's why your first experience with your first instructor, it's so important. And that's why instructors need to be trained on that. And it's one of the things that in our KTT, we call a lot in attention, because we had this experience. We made a lot of mistakes in the past, and we can create this awareness to new instructors or instructors that are already experienced but never thought about this, to be able to prepare themselves. And the result will be just positive things, because in one side, more people will get happy, more people will be able to change their lives in a positive way. And in a commercial side, as a dance studio or as an instructor, you will have more students, and your students will be happier, and will bring more people to your community also. So it's a lot of advantage. And for that, we need to think about that, and we need to train about that. And there is a lot of thinking behind the just teaching how to move and how to dance. Okay? You want to add something?
I just want to ask to Larissa. I don't.
She said yes. She said this was the way.
The thing of the the in the perspective as a teacher to your students.
No. She wanted to know as a student, as a dancer. But I was here implementing the how a student can block more fears and levels of anxiety if the teacher, if the instructor is more trained in that way. Now we can talk a little bit about the student.
Okay.
So something that is interesting, I remember that we gave a lecture in Croatia, in that festival, the big one, the Summer Sensual Days. And it was precisely about etiquette and how to present yourself in a social. And for example, if you are that kind of person that have more self-confidence, I would not like to say problems, it's just my English is not now coming out, but if you have a lack of self-confidence, my advice is go gradually, slow by slow. Before, when you enter in a social, in a club, in a party, before you take some action, first analyze. Okay, go to a position that you can look around, that you can take some notes, mental notes, in order that you will see those that are the best dancers, where they place themselves in the room, because it's normal. Those that are more beginners, those that inside of the best dancers are dancing with more people, and you can watch and to see when somebody invite to dance and they say yes, or even if they are inviting others, and you should read the energy and the process of that specific party and dance floor, because this will change every time that you move to a different part. And then try to go gradually. Even better, if you are starting as a beginner, try not to go alone, in order that you have the confidence of somebody on your side, and you will be able to start dancing at least with that people that you know, and you will be in a bubble of comfort zone. But don't block yourself in a way that if you start dancing, you will start being noticed, mainly if you are having fun, despite if you are an amazing dancer or not, despite if you have like an amazing silhouette, you are the Mr. Universe on the Miss Universe. This is not about that. This is about energy. This is about the beauty of your energy. Some of my best dancers in social, they could be my grandmother. I remember now 2 or 3 that every time I see them in the dance floor, I just run for them because I love their energy and I love the way that they dance and the deliver that they have and the exchange of energy that we have. So I don't go to a party in a sense of trying to find sex, for example. Okay, that is not my goal. Maybe it was like 20 years ago, but nowadays it is not. So our our goals change in the process. So depending on that, there will be more chemistry match between different people, and we should not allow ourselves to block our continuity because of a bad experience that we might have. It was just a match that didn't have. Give the chance to others because at the end, I think the weight will go more to the positive matches that you will have. So it's important that you should have the lucky to have good experience at the beginning. So being surrounded with friends, with people that you trust, it's the best way to approach to a social dancing, because you will have those that dance better, those that dance not so good, those that already know other people and they will advise you, invite that person, enter. So as you start entering in this community and start being known, you'll start being seen also, and more people will start inviting you. Please don't block your mental situation in a way that if somebody that you admire invites you to dance, don't say, sorry, I don't know how to dance. Just accept with a smile and say, I'm a beginner, but I will love to dance with you. And immediately this position that you say that you are a beginner, so you are placing yourself in a standard of that person, that it's more understandable. But for sure, if that person invites you, it's because he already saw you how to dance. So we should not bring lower level to our skills, because it will be a moment of trade. So we should not stress by the other person dance better or not. So it's a process. I know that it's easier to talk than to act, but it's like everything in life. The first times it will be strange. After you start getting used to that, and the people will be there for you, and you will have like godfathers and godmothers that will allow you to be introduced. Allow them to support you, because after a while, this is a cycle. When you are more solid in the community, you will have your chance to help others also. So these cycles and this continuity of helping, it's something that it happened since ever. I'm in the community for 20 years. I remember the ones that helped me at the beginning, and I remember a lot of them that I help in the process, and I remember a lot of them that I teach how to help them in the process, including our students. So it's what's happening here. Okay, so Larissa, I hope that this could help you. So truly it's about energy, and I guess if we follow this approach, we will attract the right people to dance with. Exactly.
Yes, and Larissa, I can tell you, because of this energy, there are some dancers that I heard from other colleagues, female colleagues, that they told me, oh, that dancer, that leader is not so good. We didn't match, and it was like being disrespectful. Sometimes happen, and for me it was like strange, because with me it didn't happen the same. What I want to say to you is the energy that you have, the intentions that you have, is going to change and to influence, not to change, to influence the energy of the people around you, because the same person or the same leader can have different approaches depending of the energy of the follower. Yes. Then just to share with you, I felt already with leaders dancing very nice dances that usually the feedback that I have from other followers, they didn't felt the same good thing that I felt with that leaders. Yeah. Then the energy, it's a very good influence. Yeah.
Meanwhile, for those that are listening, thank you so much for being there. Just create your double communication. Let us know, how was your first experience? You were one of these that I have the power, I want to learn this, I will go direct. So you were the challenging one, or you were this one, oh my God, this is too much to me, I have afraid. You were the one that had afraid to start. Let us know there in the comments, what was your experience? What you give to others can or will come back. Of course,
It's
that,
true.
that is the fact.
It's true. And let me share just one more thing. As a teachers, we need to pay attention really to our students because of this lack of confidence from our students. And maybe if we don't focus or we are not concentrating on that, maybe we can lose a student. It happened already several times with me, but imagine a student that was not feeling so good, and I understood that because of their body language, because the body language, she was closed with the chest closed, and I immediately connect with the person, and I said something in a positive way, in a way that she could be with confidence, and immediately she changed. In the beginning she was like shy and a little bit sad, and at the end that worked so good for her because I was paying attention to their body language, and then she came to me and told thank you, because really how could you saw that, and it was just because of the body language. Then we need as a teachers to have more instruments in a way, or more tools, in a way that we can read the energy and the way as our students are feeling, in a way that we can help the students and make them pass a very good moment in our lesson. Yeah?
Jens is such a big guy. He's a judo champion, but he was the one that was with afraid to start, and it was in the corner. I can tell you that my first experience, I entered in a dance studio first, and before my beginner lesson, it was happening like an intermediate lesson, and my feeling was, oh my God, I want to do this. And I was like fearless. It was something that made part of my personality. I want to be like that. So when I went to the first time to the party, even without knowing so much what I was doing, I just went with head. Okay, it's something that I remember from my first experience. So share with us more things about that. Hope it was useful, Larissa, your this approach.
Yeah, and just bless you.
Thank you.
And just one more thing, one experience of me. It depends of what you want. It depends of in the fighting. Jens will be in the middle, of course. It depends of what you want, but on the dance floor, are probably quite good dancers, but rather that I show and only show themselves when they are 100% sure. Yeah, but also it depends of what you want. So there are some dancers that are on the dance floor and they want the spotlight. And it was some years ago that I passed from that experience that I was shy. And I just want to dance, but in a very connected way, but in a very small way. And I was seeing, analyzing the party and the dance floor, and I saw the spot of the where everybody was dancing very big and very in a very show off way, and I ran away from that spot, and I was on the other side that was more shy, and I invite somebody. It was in Spain. It was salsa, and I have so good dance, very connected, very. The guy was very connected with me and very tu dizes isso e depois concentras-te a rir. And it was very nice dance. This to share with you. It depends of what you want. If you want the spotlight, there are places on the dance floor for you in that. If you want just to connect in a very smooth and very small way, you have also. You just need to analyze and put yourself in the spot that you want. Yeah.
Felipe is sharing here that he wrote in Portuguese, so I'll do a fast translation. That the first time he went to a dance lesson, somebody told him, you need to hug that lady that is on the side, and he said like, Jesus, neither my mother, I hug her, and now I need to hug this girl or this lady. So it was a difficult adaptation for him also, because he was not used to that kind of contact. But nowadays he says it's a completely different world. And even myself, when I start, I was young. I had 14 years old, and when I entered in a dance studio, the younger person after me had like 30 years old. So I was really young. In somehow it was better because I was like the kid of the room. But in other way, it was also difficult because it was not my generation. But in fact, 20 years ago, my generation was not totally into dance, mainly the guys. So it was something that it changed, thank God, till nowadays. So, all good about this subject. We have another question from Eugene. Now it's a little bit more technical. He asks, how does leader should hold the lady with his right hand and where, and also the left hand position and hold during the dance? And he says, I mean, when we dance close and lead by our chest. So, the way that we do, once again, this is very personal. There are many ways of hugging, there are many ways of holding. Some of them bring better results to ones, others bring better results to others. We'll share the way that we do, and the advantage of the way that we do is that it's very adjustable, depending on heights, depending on sizes, depending on whatever, okay? Ages, whatever. So, the way that we do, we give a L contact. Leaders, right arm with right hand on ladies' side body and back body. If we are really close to each other, we can have, and if we want to dance like this, we will not do passada, we'll do more tarraxinha, we can hug completely. So I give also side contact with my arms and my back, complete the hugging on ladies' back. Depending on heights or sizes, I can need to slide more my hands. So if you imagine here the middle of ladies' back, okay, shoulder blades, I use a round. If I don't have arm enough or the lady is a little bit bigger, I will bring my elbows down, sliding the hands more to the shoulder blade and back. If I'm in a couple position normally, I try to hold in the zone of the lady's bra, okay, more or less in that zone, and I give side contact with back contact. If I need to create more space, I will slide it, and including can happen that my right hand will be on lady's shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, giving a contact with the wrist. So like here, I can have more contact, okay? The left hand, I give the big finger, I hold her hand, and try to keep the position of the hand between both, more or less with an angle of 45 degrees with the left elbow to the floor, okay? It's a classic position. And here, if I create more split position, we need to keep a frame between both. If we are close to each other, our chest will be the point of contact, our belly, and the closing of the frame. All the time, creating a tension of getting closer or back, using the arm in the same line of ladies' back. I know that there are some leaders that use the hand on ladies' lower back. Despite that happen, from what I saw, the ones that teach like this, they also give a L contact from the side body till the back of the lady, using more on the lower back. My opinion is that is not so good in terms of leading and following with more people. And it's a question.
So universal.
Yes, and it's a question of picture also. I like that pose of classical style of holding a couple to dancing couple. Okay, this is the way that I like. And then I create this, like, breathe out, this exhale, but without losing the posture. So like this, we have a complete hug, a complete frame, use the entire, when I just want to keep the zero position, the feet directed to each other, when I turn my frame, I will lead completely, not by individual arm movement, but by torso. And there are some moments that I need to keep my torso in the place, and I will lead with the right arm, keeping the left in the same position. So my left hand, in terms of leading, maybe 1-2% of my dancing. When I want to give a turn to the girl, for example, when I want to split and get together again. But most of the time it will be a support of closing frame.
And usually I say, as is the upper body is the
steering wheel,
the upper body of the lady, then the hand that is closer of the steering wheel is the right hand, not the left hand. Speaking about the man, yes, you have your right hand is right in the steering wheel. The left is on the hand of the lady. Then it will be easier to lead the lady with your right hand because it's is right in the steering wheel. Yeah.
Good. So in the meantime, I think we answered the Eugene question. You will let me know, Eugene, after if it was okay. Let us know if you have any question. So if you have any doubt, if you want to share something, just write down here on the comments on Facebook or Instagram. We will upload the video after. So it will be really kind from you, and we will appreciate a lot that at the end of the video, you can tag someone that will like to listen this conversation, that will like to listen to these subjects. So if you like it, and if you want to help someone, you can share with that someone that will also enjoy it. Okay? And it's a big help that you do to us to spread our message and to get to more people. Let us know if you have more questions. If you don't have, you can also write us after. Okay? You can write us to our personal messages, to the direct messages, like these two fellows made. Thank you, Larissa, and thank you, Eugene, for your questions.
Thank you.
And if you want to ask something that you don't remind now and during the week you remind, just send us a private message. You see that we will read them. We will answer you by private, and also we will answer you in this live. Good? There is no question? If there is no question, we're going to leave. We have a lot of things to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much once again for being here with us, for supporting our work. We are preparing a lot of surprises to you. And please do this small request that we ask you. Share this live after with somebody. Tag in the comments the person that would love to listen to this kind of conversation. And that's it. We will be here for you. Okay? Beijinho, beijinho. Stay cool. Ciao, ciao. Bambino.
Mwah. Ciao.
Leather of Dance, every Saturday with Paula and Ricardo from ALC Dance Studios, 1157.